And we are live. There we go. So, yes. Agatha All Along, Season 1, Episode 5, Thoughts. This episode is called Darkest Hour, Wake Thy Power. And, yes, another episode I love. Spoilers for everything MCU leading up to and including this episode. The episode is rated TV 14+. So will this video be... Holy crap, holy crap, holy crap. Okay, I'm going to focus, and I'm not going to dive directly into the ending, though obviously I want to talk about that ending. I'm going to try to go chronological. So, yes, at the start, you know, I quite like, you know, yeah, we realize the Salem 7 came through, which, yeah, you know, you have that thing about they let in a Green Witch, and they didn't close the portal or whatever it was they said, which, yeah, they were so shocked by Rio, which is probably a reaction she gets a lot, they completely forgot to do any kind of spell closing it, which I'm guessing is how they were, yeah, they were supposed to close it, they didn't. And let's see, so yeah, the Salem 7 are there now. Really, I'm slightly torn on the contortion, because obviously it is very creepy. I don't love when media implies that there's something inherently wrong with contortionism. Let's see, yes, I think that brings us nicely to when they are surrounded. And, you know, the thing, you know, Teen says, I forget the name, but yeah, I'm guessing it sounded German or Dutch to me, so yeah. The word for witches flying on brooms or something like that, you know. And yeah, I love how, like, almost everyone is like, no, absolutely not. And Rio's like, yes, you know, I really, really love, she is just down to witch. You know, she will witch whichever, you know, witchy thing with which they will witch themselves out of this situation. And yeah, you know, I want to say Lilia like points out, you know, the problem with the flying on brooms is it's been co-opted by the holiday industrial complex, which, yeah, that is a problem for, you know, many different cultures, that their, you know, sacred customs have been co-opted and commodified. So yeah, really appreciate that. And yeah, you know, Teen is a little slow to make his broom, and I really appreciate, you know, Alice like, let's do this together, you know, just I need you to make a broom as well, you know. And he tears one off. Unfortunately, that was a load-bearing branch, and you know, yeah, that was, and the thing about, you know, it's about selflessness. Oh, really? Tell me more. Um, but yeah, you know, I love how down Rio is. Like, the episode before this one, you know, it was like, you know, oh, we gotta, you know, one of them is like, I guess we gotta play music, and, you know, most of them are like, do we have to? And Rio's like, okay, three things. One, I get the drums and I get a solo. Two, why don't I get a solo? Three, okay, fine, no solo, but we're playing, and we're playing now. You know, just 100% down. She's also one of the most fun to watch in, like, crowd shots. Like, Aubrey Plaza's always doing something fun in just, yeah. Let's see. That brings, so yeah, they start flying, and yeah, you know, Teen is like, how do I do this? And yeah, that was, let's see, doesn't get as much help as he might like. And yeah, they go flying. At one point, they fly right past the moon, which is kind of extra. I mean, you do know you're all terrestrial, right? I don't know. I can imagine that's also a witch thing, but I gotta say that is the first thing that pops into my head when I see it. Maybe that was co-opted as well. Let's see. Then we have the yes, yeah, they're for right, and, you know, it's a blood moon, a hunter's moon, which, oh god, I hope this is not going to cross over with an Alien versus Predator movie. One of the games would be fine. Preferably not the third one, but one of the first two. And they fly over for a while, and then the Witch's Road forces them down, and one of the Salem Seven is in their way and attacks. It's been a while since I saw one person swarm a group of people, rather than the other way around, and they do manage to get inside for the next trial, and like, despite the fact that Agatha, like, it seems like once they're inside, there's probably not going to be something else from the outside, but she's still just got to check that her hair isn't full of bees. Not the bees. And let's see, then we have the, what was the other thing? Yes, they're in the 80s in like a teen girl slumber party, which, yeah, and as usual, the production is fantastic. Like the hair and the clothes just 100% nail. Like, I've seen a lot of movies from the 80s. This is 100% what, at the very least, what it looks like in the movies about, teen movies from the 80s. Let's see. Then we have the... Right, they say, how are we gonna... What's the trial? Are we gonna play Kiss, Marry, Kill? I think you'll find it's normally Kiss, Marry, Screw. Yeah, I'm keeping my language PG 14, I guess. TV 14. But I guess witches don't really go for no, for sex. Yeah, let's see. Right. I quite appreciate we get an answer. What are the Salem Seven? They are the offspring of Agatha, Agatha's coven, which does, there's logic in that, and she says the lesson is, mercy is overrated, and it's something like beware of progeny, and also never tell the same lie twice. And yeah, of course, I appreciate they didn't take forever to reveal it, because once they're in the 80s and it's like a slumber party, yeah, the fact that it's going to be Ouija is not this huge twist, but we get there pretty quickly after they get into the house. And yeah, Teen uses Ouija as a verb. Agatha takes issue with that, says it is not, Ouija is not a verb. I wholeheartedly disagree. Anything can be a verb with the right attitude. And let's see, right, and he lost the spell book, but by the end of the episode it seems like he might not need that much more help. Yes, so we get the various rules. I don't love this thing about, first, before we even get to the English manual, it's in Chinese and Spanish. Like, that felt like a racist boomer joke about, all these immigrants coming over here. I don't know. Wasn't really a fan of that one, but, the show has a pretty good track record with not going into crap like that. Let's see. I like that it's apparently ages 3 and up. Let's see. Yeah, they start using the Ouija, and that's Ouija, not Luigi, because we all know Luigi doesn't go many places without Mario. Although he does go into haunted mansions, so maybe he is around. Yeah, am I terrible? That at first I thought it was Mr. Sharp. Someone in the IMDb trivia apparently thinks, like, someone wrote, despite what some younger viewers may insist, it's not Mr. Sharp. I guess I'm being called out. I'm being called immature, which I can live with that. I don't always love gross out comedy, but sometimes, yeah. Anyway, let's see. Yeah, the fact that, yeah, wait, does that mean that she just wasn't in there, and was the Ouija board just screwing with them or something, because ultimately Agatha wasn't possessed by Hart, but she was. It said Death was in there. It didn't identify Agatha's mother. Yeah. Anyway, I loved Catherine Hahn's impersonation of Deborah Jo Rupp. That was just spot on. The voice, the mannerisms, and yeah, I 100% believe. What did she say? Drinking before noon, logging onto Facebook for conspiracy theories. Yeah, I can absolutely see that. Let's see. Yeah, and the others. I like the thing. That's not Mrs. Hart. No, it's Sharon Davis. No, it's just Agatha. She's just scared. And I quite like that Rio actually, yeah, it's this thing of like toxic former, toxic ex. They had a messy relationship kind of thing. But she actually, in this episode, some of the time at least, is like, no, it's okay, Agatha. It actually helps. Let's see. That brings us to the. Yeah, really, really creepy when Rio cackled. She did that a couple of times this episode. She did it when they were flying on the broom. She did it when Death is said to be in the room with them right now. And Agatha, let's see. I guess before, yeah. It says, who, what do you want, Agatha, Agatha, Agatha? What do you want to do? Punish. That was, yeah. And I quite appreciate that one of them pointed out it could just be humiliation. It didn't say kill. Rio just jumps to let's slit her throat. Just, yeah. That was also, earlier in the episode, Jen was like, calling out Rio. I guess she made up her mind. She no longer wants her number. Was it the thing about how she just wants to kill everyone? It's always the thing about how she wants to kill everyone. This is why she has trouble making friends. And let's see, yeah, I like the, Agatha. See, people ask me why I don't have any female friends. Does that mean she didn't consider Wanda her friend? That's too bad. And let's see, yeah, they're gonna do something to Agatha, and suddenly she's just gone, and the lights go out, and Teen just points up with and she's just there in the ceiling, and they've got her face all white. She does some contortionist stuff and such. Yeah, very Exorcist kind of. I guess just the re-release, director's cut, whatever. But yeah, the contortionism, I mean. But other than that, yeah, it does actually. Yeah, the whiteness and the way that she comes across is really not human anymore, kind of thing. Let's see. Right. Also, when Agatha seemingly gets possessed by Sharon Davis, she does a mild. We have Vibroman at home, kind of, Vibroman without the benefit of filming at a different frame rate. Let's see. Yeah, I quite appreciate it. I thought they did some really great stuff with possessed Agatha. And yeah, it turns out the spirit was her mother. And, yeah, she says, if you finish, I will leave you alone if you finish the road without Agatha. And we have that thing about, she says Agatha was born evil. And she says she should have offed Agatha right after giving birth to her. Which, yeah, that's very intense. And really helps convey, yeah, that's. I mean, we already knew that she at least ended up thinking she was evil because of what we saw in WandaVision, when they tried to kill her. This, yeah. I feel like, I don't think it was said in that one that she was born evil. I think it was said that she couldn't help but be evil or something like that. But yeah, evil since birth. That is like, now we understand why Agatha is so, like, I mean, it kind of reframes, she. I feel like there's a couple of things going on here. So, for one, she genuinely believes she's evil, and a number of people, if you tell someone they're evil long enough, they might eventually decide, okay, maybe I am evil, and I'll own it then. I'll just do evil, and then it won't hurt when people call me evil. And another thing is, she might have been gathering power in order to feel safer, in order to feel like, I mean, when your own mother tries to take you out like that, that's gonna traumatize you. She's been carrying that trauma for over 300 years, been gathering power, like, I mean, the fact that she didn't tell Wanda this, like, was she really gonna, pour her heart out? And keeping in mind that was when she also thought of, oh, Wanda's this terrible person who tortures people, let's see, yeah, and Alice, who continues to just be like, she's such a good person in this episode. Like, I don't know, I mean, she did say she used to be a cop. Maybe she was, kind of seems like she was indeed 2 days away from retirement when we first met her. Has it been 2 days? Whatever. Yes, so she manages to drive the spirit out of Agatha, and then Agatha absorbs her power, and it kills Alice, and we again get the line that, the other characters there haven't heard it before, but we, the audience, have. I couldn't help it. It wasn't my fault. Something along those lines, That was what she said when to the coven right before they tried taking her out. I believe that was when, So that, again, by the end of the episode, I don't know. Was she lying both times, or is she really? Because both times she does something really evil afterwards. But again, if she feels like, oh, everybody's just going to think of me as evil, which, that is, again, I swear I'm not trying to say which over and over. Other than that one time, the tongue twister, other than that, I'm not trying to slip in a witch everywhere. But yeah, now I gotta try to think of another word for witch. I'm not a thesaurus boy. Let's see. I leave that to John. I can't believe I'm blanking on his last name. The Con Air character, whose actor is named John, not Malkovich, the other John. Anyway, yes. So maybe, yes, yeah, in America, even from back in, what was it, 1693, and ever since, yeah, witches are hated, thought of as evil by a lot of people. So yeah, she would feel like everybody thinks that anyone who finds out she's a witch is gonna think she's evil. And yeah, let's see, what does that brings us to. Yeah, and then she leaves, and I like, Rio gives her a little look there, and then we have, this little moment of, like, she doesn't rush ahead down the witch's road. I at first I thought that was what was gonna be it, that she just moves ahead without them. But no, she wanted to get away from them because she knew, everybody in the room thinks she's a killer. She thinks she just killed someone who helped her, who literally just saved her. And let's see, then we have the right, also the fact that, I do really appreciate that Billy is standing up for himself and others, when Agatha goes up to, and he's like, don't touch her, because he doesn't think that Agatha has any intention of, like, just trying to help or something. He fully blames her. And then she, he got her monologuing. That sly dog. She talks about how, she, like, just really gives off she doesn't care. She calls him pet again. And even says, you are here for power, just like the rest of us. You're just like your mother. Which just, yeah, it's one of those things of, like, the question could be raised, why does the villain provoke someone else like this? But at the end of the day, I do think it is in line with her character, and there's a lot of characterizations of evil wherein they are very arrogant, and essentially their downfall is that they are not, they just can't keep from poking at someone who could feasibly destroy them. And we no longer have to pretend we don't know who Teen is. I don't know very many people who did not guess. It's Wiccan, it's Billy. And and he has a crown as well, which prompts the credit song to be "You Should See Me in My Crown." I'm guessing that's what it's called. By Billie Eilish, I think the subtitles said. I haven't... Well, I can recognize her, but I haven't heard very much of her music. I did hear Bad Guy, which is good guy. And let's see. Yeah, he uses his hypnosis powers, which we did see him use on WandaVision, to get, let's see, I think it's Jen and Lilia to throw Agatha in. Yeah. And then he throws them in, and we actually see them go under. Holy crap. They're really pushing what you can get away with on a TV-14 rating. Yeah. And we even see, the last little air bubble escaping, and just, holy crap. Yeah, is he the protagonist now? I don't even know. Like, that seemed like they died. That is a rather fast and sudden way for them. I mean, I don't know. Maybe next episode the intro will be Billy Beggar's Belief. Wiccan will win. I don't know, but that yeah. I did not think, like, when Alice died, I found myself thinking, oh, I guess maybe, like, a character, maybe one of the witches is going to die every other episode, because that fits with, you had Sharon, and now Alice, but then apparently another 3 die here at the, holy crap, yeah. I mean, I do hear that in the comics, I haven't read these particular comics, but apparently in the comics, it's a Scarlet Witch Wanda Maximoff story, rather than Agatha and Agatha Harkness. I guess they could, like, is he the new Scarlet Witch? Since, I mean, that is what the crown means in the MCU, at least. So, yeah, I guess he's the new Scarlet Witch, which I swear I'm not doing it on purpose. Anyway, yeah, it's gonna be difficult to wait an entire week. Yeah. I do appreciate that we already now did get confirmation. I guess we are over halfway through, but some of the other shows held on to the secret for even longer. But yeah, like, everybody guessed that nosy neighbor Agnes was going to be Agatha Harkness when the story's about Wanda Maximoff, Everybody guessed that Kingpin was going to show up once we knew that it was New York, there was some kind of gang, involved, and Echo was there. These are just things that there's probably some of the other shows, but yeah, everyone who knows even a little bit, like, you don't even have to really know the comics, just knowing the MCU, like, you could probably guess that was probably Wiccan. Yeah, I look forward to finding out how he got there, and how he is the age. Like, I mean, I suppose it's possible that he like jumped over from another universe, and one of the other universes in the multiverse where he does actually exist, and it's not like just the hex. Like we did see one of those in Doctor Strange 2, but he did also age, I don't know, 10 years or something. Certainly, yeah, years. It couldn't, let's see. Yeah, because WandaVision took place after the blip. So, and so did Doctor Strange too. And there, in both of those, the kids were kids. And yeah, there's definitely several years at least. It's not unless the show itself is set several years after anything else recent in the MCU. But yeah, what an ending!